So what I was going to ask you was the transition from Europe to the United States, from what I can imagine, would be really insane, I guess. So what were your first impressions of the United States when you came? Was it extremely different, what you had been expecting, or not?
I don't know, when we came through the harbor and saw the Statue of Liberty, that was a very moving time. New York City was amazing. It was just so much fun. And I used to go down to Manhattan and just walk, just to see the sights, because it was so bigger than I had any city I had ever been in, even bigger than London, and not as very impressive in a way, not the same way as London. London is so full of history, and there's just the old and the new, where New York is more new. And that's the difference between Europe and the States. We have a lot of history in Europe, which we don't have here. So, I don't know, you have to look at it from the eyes of an 18-year-old who had never been out on her own. It was just amazing, just really. I was surprised, like with the school system here, it's different. In Europe, if you're going to be a nurse and you go to college to be a nurse, then that's what you're going to do. You don't have to take general courses. Like, I was going for finance and I'm taking ballroom dancing because I had to have a PE class, which is, to me, was a waste of money, waste of my time. But so it's a different system. I think it's a freer society, especially the difference between more Malta and, I think the biggest cultural shock I guess I had was, my first cultural shock was going from Malta to England, because Malta was so different, weather, activities and all that. The States, the biggest culture shock I had, I guess, was moving to Indiana, because it's so different from anything I had ever experienced. So, but I just, I love New York, and I love living in Washington, D.C. and California, and I thought Rapid City was rather quaint. It was kind of fun. I was a newlywed, who cared? And I had my best friend there, so it goes through a lot of emotions and lots of changes. All good.